Welcome to IELTS Academy 9. I'm Yossr, and in this video we will learn how to write effective meeting minutes, and I'll give you different tips, phrases and samples. So by the end of this video you will be able to write your minutes efficiently. Now let's get started. So what are meeting minutes? Meeting minutes are considered the official summary of everything discussed during the meeting. So they are not a word-for-word transcription, rather a concise summary of what happened in the meeting. What do they include? They include all the attendees or the present members, location, date and time of the meeting, all the decisions made or actions taken or tasks given, deadlines, the prepared documents or handouts, the follow-up meeting date and time. What's the purpose of the meeting minutes? The meeting minutes are considered notes taken on the important points discussed in the meeting. They are also a tangible record for participants and a source of information for members who couldn't attend the meeting. They represent a reference point, which means in case the company needs to take action regarding an issue that was discussed several months ago in a previous meeting, they will definitely check this meeting minutes. Who writes the meeting minutes? A secretary or one of the attendees, a member in the meeting. How can I prepare for the meeting minutes? First, you have to check previous meeting minutes to understand how you should write your minutes. Check the meeting agenda, and this will give you a general idea of what will be discussed in the meeting, which will help you write your minutes faster. Try to arrive early to be familiar with the place and feel comfortable. Have a good seat to follow everything. How can I write the meeting minutes? You have to write everything that happened in the meeting, but at the same time you have to be concise, which means no need to capture every single detail or word, just focus on the important points discussed in the meeting. Make your notes clear and understandable, as you don't want anyone to struggle reading your minutes. Stick to the facts of what was discussed, do not include any personal observations. And of course, ask for clarification if something is not clear. Now I'll give you general guidelines for any meeting minutes. First, think about the purpose of the minutes, and I told you the different purposes at the beginning of the video. What actions are to be taken or decisions made, because this is the core, this is what you are going to include in your meeting minutes. When is the next meeting, because you have to include the next meeting time and place at the end of your minutes. Think about the level of language formality, and here you have to use formal language. Be concise, which means be short and to the point. Focus on the important points discussed in the meeting. Make it well organized so it will be easy for anyone to read them. Use a template, it will be easier for you to organize your points. Now let's have some useful phrases that you will always need to write in your minutes. You can have some of these verbs or nouns. Reported on or reported that. Discussed the or discussed whether, how or when. Suggested that. Decided on, decided or decided that. Agreed on or agreed that. Explained. Announced. Approved. Gave an update on. Showed us a report on or a report about. Presented information on or about. Arranged a training for. Distributed or circulated a brochure. Prepared a handout. And now it's high time to see different samples of the meeting minutes to check their layout and language. This is our first meeting minutes, and as you can see, it's in a form of a table. At the beginning of this table, we write the meeting or the project name, then date of the meeting and of course time. After that, the meeting facilitator. Here, company, if the meeting is between different companies, let's say a parent company and its subsidiaries, so the meeting facilitator could be a company. But if it's between members of a team or employees of one department, so the meeting facilitator would be a person. Here we have the location, the place of the meeting. After that, we have the meeting objective, which means the purpose of the meeting. All the attendees, name, department or division, email, and phone. The meeting agenda, which is the body of the meeting minutes, and it includes the topics discussed. It could be under the name of items or actions or issues or decisions. Owner means the one who is responsible for taking the action or making the decision, or the one who suggested an idea, and the time in the meeting when he or she spoke in the meeting. After that, we have the preparation of documents or handouts. Any handout or document that was prepared by someone, we write the description, whether it's a brochure or a booklet or a catalog or whatever, and who prepared this handout. So this layout can help you organize your meeting minutes. Now let's move to another meeting minutes, but here we need to analyze the language. Here we start with the title or the name of the meeting, minutes of the management meeting. We have the date, 1st of March, venue, room 23M show house, present all the attendees. After that, we have the body divided into 3 points. The first, the guidelines for reception staff, 2, new brochure, and 3, price list. And next to each point, you will find action and then some initials of the name of the person who will be responsible for taking the action. By here we have date, which is the date of the deadline. Now let's go through each point separately to analyze the language. Guidelines for reception staff. Following recent complaints about the attitude and professionalism of the reception staff, we all agreed that it's essential to produce a set of written guidelines. The Human Resources Department will also arrange additional customer service training to take place over the next 2 months. Here you can find some formal nouns like complaints, attitude, professionalism, and of course the names of the departments. We have also training and guidelines. And for the formal verbs, we can find agreed, arrange, and take over. The second point, new brochure. The marketing department is speaking to all senior managers about this on an individual basis. A draft brochure will be circulated so that it can be approved and sent to the printers by 15th March to be ready for next month's trade fair. Formal nouns, we have managers, a draft brochure, and trade fair. And for the verbs, we find circulated and approved. The third point, price list. We agreed that our new prices this year will be contained in a separate booklet rather than as part of the new product brochure. An update list is being compiled. Again, we have here formal words like prices, booklet, brochure, and update. And for the verbs, we have contained and compiled. At the end, we have the next meeting, the date and time, and for the place to be confirmed, which means it's not confirmed yet. But of course, if you know the place, you include the place at the end. And that's all for this video. I hope you find it useful and helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to watch all my new videos.